Yay! We are live. Oh my goodness. Hello, Facebook. Hello, friends.
Hello.
Ginger Lewman.
Katie Perez.
And we are back on a Friday evening. Hopefully everybody's relaxing and, chilling out a little bit from the weekend, or for the weekend. Hey, listen, just a quick note. Katie and I have been working really hard all this week, right?
Right. Super hard.
This is in direct response to requests that we have been getting as we travel from people who are implementing project problem passion-based learning, especially in the state of Kansas, but I hear it elsewhere too, that there are people who are wanting to implement PBL, and they've got curriculum coaches or teacher leaders who are excited about helping out, but maybe the curriculum coach or the teacher leader hasn't ever done PBL before. And that happens sometimes, right? And sure, you've gone to training. Absolutely, you've gone and sat in on the best training in the world, and you know the whys and the ideas of how we're supposed to do it. But when that teacher that you're supposed to be helping comes up and says, "But what about this situation?"
You're stuck.
You've never actually done PBL before, so you're like, "I'm not sure. They say it should be done this way," and they say, "Well, it isn't working." And how do you help somebody when your own experience with it is limited? It's rough, right? So, toward that end,
we have a solution.
First of all, we have. This is Friday. I'm just saying, guys, this
Very
is real.
Infomercial here.
This is. It is, isn't it? Because people have said, "Hey, Ginger, hey, Katie, when are you guys going to start offering support for coaches?" We just got pen to paper, and literally, in some cases, my fingers are starting to get numb from typing, but 4 different ways that we can help support people who support teachers in moving toward PBL. So, number one way. One of the ways. I don't know which. Number one way is the one you like. But number one is we have offered here so far in Hutchinson, Kansas at ISDAC, we're going to offer two-day coaching clinics. And so that means that April 4th and 5th, mark it on your calendar, June 20th and 21st. I don't know what fits your schedule. Just mark it on your calendar. 2 days luxuriating in how do we help teachers. We're going to be answering a ton of questions that are really important. Gosh, I had a list of them here. Let me see if I can find them. Let you talk for a moment, can you?
Yeah, so we'll be spending that time. We know that you're already great coaches. So it's not just about enhancing your coaching skills. It's about
right.
Strengthening them in a specific area you might not be as experienced in. So we really want to dig into this list of questions to kind of arm you with what the answer might be.
Apparently I got rid of my questions. But the questions, really, the sorts of things that we're asked a lot is, so what is it? What are the common stumbling blocks? You know, the teachers have gone through the training. I've gone through the training. They're excited. They've got a plan in hand. They go back. They stare kids in the face who are not as excited as they were promised they would be, or they've got the lesson plan together, but what about this particular piece of it? Or I don't know how to guide. Is it really? I had somebody ask me just today. Is it really this simple? Well, yeah, it is, or maybe it's not. It depends on what the situation is. So, how are you answering these things if you've never had that experience? We've got a list of at least 20 questions that we know where teachers have struggles, and that a coach might struggle helping them through our years of experience with project-based learning as practitioners, and then again as people who support other coaches.
We'll also look a little bit at how do you help support that difference between projects and projects, or helping teachers when they fall into those pitfalls and things like that. So what should you be seeing when you walk into that classroom to assist, to observe, to coach through? What is it you're really looking for? It is different than walking into a typical literacy classroom or a math class. It's going to look different. So that's why? Right. And what should the key tenets be that you want to make sure you can observe and help with?
Right. So that's kind of the big gist of what we're going to do. A lot of it's going to be driven by the participants, because they go back in the classrooms, they go back to schools every day, and when they come back to see us, they'll say, "All right, this happened, now what?" And we're we've got a Facebook group ready to go to let folks come in so that they can get those burning questions that happened last night. You don't have to wait to see us. So number one option is or at least the first option is the face-to-face 2-day clinics here in Hutchinson. Again, those are April 4th and June 20th, 21st. If you want to sign up, just make a comment here and I'll get that link to you when it happens. This is so new. I don't even think it's in our system yet. But we just couldn't. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. We just said, Katie, get over here. We're going to do this. Second way. Now, some people say the 2-day, maybe that's all they need. But some people want more ongoing because, different people learn in different ways. So we are creating a PBL coaching PLC. I say PLC style. If you thought you knew what a PLC was and you didn't like it, relax. This is a Katie and Ginger PLC. This is going to be really useful to you, driven by you and what you need. And we're going to run those. They are 2 times a month. No. Yes. No. No.
No,
they are not. These, I'm telling you, new. It's not yet in my head yet. These are once a month. And these are the dates with this. So we have a question from Janine. Janine, I'll get you in a second. The dates on the coaching PLC, again, you'll come to Hutchinson and hang out with us. And it'll be, it's more intense because it's like a full day, multiples, but it's spread out over time. Dates, February 23rd, March 23rd, April 20th, and May 25th. Ask me, I can shoot those back to you. So you're asking about the PLC once a month on that. Janine asked, what if you're not an instructional coach?
We still love you.
There are a lot of smaller school districts who don't have an instructional coach that is that's hired. That the teachers who support the learning in the schools for the teachers are teachers. They're lead teachers. And whether you have the title or not, you're a leader in that capacity. If you are, you're invited as well. Absolutely. Some of the larger districts do have coaches hired. That's you. What these are not PBL trainings. We're expecting that you're going to come in and have a good idea of the basic tenets of what PBL is, what it's not, how the structure goes. We're not training PBL here. This is a straight frequently asked questions, and here's how we get people to move forward. So there we are. Next
is our virtual.
Go ahead.
She's excited. This is a virtual group that we'll meet, and this one is twice a month.
Yes.
So again, starting in February, running through May.
Dates right here.
You got those dates right there.
I'm not going to read them to you because there's 8 of them, but February through May, twice a month.
And it'll run based kind of on the same premise. We have that list of questions. We're going to give you a chance to kind of vote on what your topics are to some extent, and we'll run it the same way. I'll just meet for a shorter term virtually.
That's right. And these are not full day. The virtual is not full day. They're just for an hour and a half at a time. We're gonna play it by ear to see what you need and what fits the reality of our schedules as well. We're going to record those. So if you sign up for the virtual and you weren't able to make it that day, you'll still be able to get involved because we'll record it, and then again have that online community that's there for more immediate right now sorts of responses. It's Friday afternoon.
They're back.
We got vacuums going on.
Very late here does that.
Okay, so we've talked about the 2-day clinics, face-to-face. We've talked about the coaching PLCs once a month. We've talked about the twice a month for an hour each time, virtual. So if you're not in Kansas and you still are looking for some great support, maybe you're in Kansas, but there's no way you're ever going to get to Hutchinson, this virtual is a perfect option for you. It's affordable, very affordable on that one. We made sure that the cost is... sometimes people have to open up their own pocketbooks, and while that's wrong, we got you. We understand. So we made that affordable for us. Then the 4th is the one that confuses me to pieces. You think I'm confused on these others. Katie, please help us. What are you talking about?
Okay, so you're a large district and you really want to roll out PBL across your board, but you know there's no way you can hire somebody to come in and coach that whole time to really provide everything that you need. So you need to build the capacity within the people you already have. So how do you do that? I've been working on developing a plan for that. So those of you who follow me on Twitter, you saw me excited about it last night. I kind of put it together to where there's 4 phases, and we walk you through. We do the PBL training with you, and then we work with coaches to do that ongoing coaching support for a little while, and then we start to release that to where you're working on that reflective piece, you're working on that coaching part with your teachers that you're supporting, but you've had an opportunity to build your own capacity, play with PBL a little bit. We hold your hand for a while, and then we let you go. I'm excited. I think it's gonna really speed up the process of getting large districts on board with PBL. It will help remain affordable for those large districts to really get some high quality training where you're not just hiring somebody to come in for 1 or 2 days for this volume. You're getting really that, I believe so strongly in that ongoing support. And then having been a coach, I really believe strongly in the coach having a coach
and
so that they can consider or continue to build that. So we've got you as well.
That's a
lot.
4 different options. Now, some of these, I'm gonna make a prediction with my crystal ball here that I always carry around in my pocket. That some of these are going to be more popular. I don't know which option is going to end up being more popular. I know which one I want to be more popular because I think it's maybe the most effective. But just because it's most effective doesn't mean it's what everybody can do in terms of time, people resources, or monetary resources. So we've tried to make something for everyone. You get to choose which one you want. They're, again, across the state of Kansas. If y'all, those of you who are from out of state, I'm seeing people come in, by the way. Hi, everybody. If you're in Kansas, you know that this is not an optional thing. PBL is not an optional approach to teaching and learning anymore in the state of Kansas. This is something that the State Department of Education says, we will see you doing this. Some schools have decided to jump on board early. Some pockets and teachers have been doing it for years. And a few schools have been doing it for many years, the whole school. But now every school is expected to have every teacher doing some form of real-world, long-term, authentic learning with their kids. Thank you, Randy Watson, our commissioner, for doing this. Thank you for doing what's right for kids. You know, this is the sort of push that the state of Kansas is doing. We want to support that as much as possible as the people here in the Education Service Center, I think, who have the most experience, both as a practitioner. I'm 12 years into PBL right here, right now. You got the background as well. Mm-hmm. Maybe not 12 because you're a little younger.
Probably not quite 12 years, but a little while. I've been doing this.
I'm going to go ahead and let that be an old joke on my end. But what are the realities? She's expertise with PK through 6, and my expertise. Oh my goodness! Did it just go away? You can't turn your phone while recording. That's good.
We're still there.
And it's just hanging right there.
Hi guys.
Jiminy Christmas! Knew it was going to happen. I knew the phone was going to get warm and it was going to fall. All right. Oh my goodness. We're going to have to end here real quick. Point is that she's elementary, secondary area, and so what's that? Grades, I'd say grades 5 through 12. That's where I'm at. So yeah, sorry, David. Thanks for... Anyway, are we good?
I think we're good.
Are we good? I think we got to call it an evening, a week maybe, and move on into our weekend, guys.
Real problem right there. Yes. Yeah. Thanks.
Yes. See you guys.
Bye, guys. Happy weekend.